All right. And I think you guys in. We're moving back into another site, guys, and also Facebook and YouTube. Uh, my channel is open as well. If you guys can't get in, or if there's some resistance, uh, purpose and
All right.
resilience. There you go. So we're here. People on TikTok, just let you know you can roll over to book Facebook or YouTube, and you can comment over there as well, asking questions. We've been conditioned to eat fast food and not discipline. Yeah, we have definitely been conditioned to eat fast food. It
Yeah.
made it easy because people didn't have to cook anymore. And when we condition ourselves to move to fast food, we also moved the we moved away from having family discussions and dinner at the table, which also became unhealthy. So eating unhealthy. Now we eat in the car on the way home, not talking, not knowing what's going on with the family. People have mental issues. Boom, boom, boom. So we're big, we're miserable, and we're lonely all together in the car. And it makes your car stink. Just let you know. Uh, let's see. We're still coming in, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, Carl. Can you, Carly, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Yes, sir. Can you hear me? I hear you. Let me
I
pause
got you,
this.
man. That somebody reported the live, ladies and gentlemen, because Facebook and Instagram, Facebook, and so she's coming in. That's Miss D. We get fit. Facebook, YouTube handled it very well. So I appreciate that. You know what? We don't stop no show here. We keep things going. We keep things rolling. We make sure that we get everything going. But like I said, whew, but that's okay. Tell everybody, and I want to say this: hate outlasts. I want you to understand that cannot the darkness cannot outlast the light. So regardless of what you think and what you want to do, how you want to do it, and all this, I'm okay with all of that. I'm okay with all that. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm not upset. You want me to address you? I'm not mad at you. I'm not. I'm not going to address you personally because that's what you want. That's what you want. But I'm going to say this: enjoy it. Enjoy it. And so, let's get this topic going on. Kari, take it away. What were you saying?
Oh, I was listening to you on that one. I was just talking about what are we talking about? Oh, getting the fast food in the car with the families, not eating at the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and living on that fast
Mm.
food diet because it used to be you cooked in the house. That cooking created an atmosphere of learning. That learning created an atmosphere of mental dynamics. You start having morals. You
To
start
the mic,
getting
Kari.
knowledge. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go
Hello,
ahead.
hello.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Okay. All right. And
Keep going, brother.
but what we do now, we've taken that away. We've taken that away. We eat in the car while driving, or we eat in front of the TV a bag of food that's stinky. I mean, you think of how smelly your car is after putting McDonald's in it. That's your body, right? And then on top of that, since you're not spending time sitting there with the family and cooking and training and eating and showing moral values and character and class, now you start having that mental aspect where the abandonment, the codependencies, all these things, the mom and daddy issue that start happening because everybody's doing this dispersing, where the family unit was made to come back in. You did it at the dining room table. You did it with food. You actually did it with food. Now, once again, you don't have to eat all of it. Get portions. Lower your portion control on things and you get well. But I was waiting on you to be the heavy and I was gonna come behind you. You know how I soften it up. But
yeah, because I said I'm not dating any man on medication. I'm done. I got standards. You got a big pot belly like you drive trucks and you on meds. I'm not your nurse.
Hey, I feel you. I feel you. Because man, I mean, we and this is hard conversation. These are hard. This is because on the man side, I'm glad you 3 women are here, but I'm gonna tell you, I don't want a woman that's sliding into her car. I don't.
Dana, I put you on.
I don't like. I don't like. I don't really like women that snore. To be honest with you. But the heavier you the more weight you gain, then you're gonna snore. It just happened. But it's a personal preference. Nothing that said, "Oh, women that snore bad." No, I'm not saying. But you can be a snoring woman and healthy. Don't get it twisted. It's not my preference. But the bigger you are, your snores fall. But that's just how it works. And we sitting here, I don't know too many people that just say, there are people out here with heavier preference, or I'm trying to think of a better word to use, but they have with a preference of a larger woman, full-figured woman, whatever you want to call it, curvy, right? However, stop lying. Let's stop lying to ourselves. And now I'm gonna hit it home because Joe back. I was waiting to get. I'm gonna hit it home. Let's talk about these dating apps, okay? And you put a picture of yourself out there at 110 pounds, and you're not 110 pounds. You 250, 300 pounds, and you putting your picture out there, and you have somebody where you looking at them with that 6-pack or that's worked out, and you expect them to at that time on that date to say, "Yeah, it's cool. It's cool you lied to me. It's cool you deceived me with these pictures. It's cool. It's cool." Because that makes it look even worse. That makes it look worse because it shows me that you were one place and now you're here. So that means you can get back to there, but you there. It's up to you now. But you also were smart enough and deceptive enough to know that you are overweight.
Hey, what's going on?
Because you wouldn't have put those pictures out there like that. You would have put your regular self. So that shows some kind of psychological issue. A mental issue. It's delusion. So I'm just letting y'all know, if you're out here on these apps, and I'm gonna tell you straight up, let me catch you on that. Let me come out on a date with you, and you give me something at 120 pounds, and when I get there, it's not 120 pounds. It's 280 or 300, and I'm gonna eat dinner with you and let you pay for it.
That's wow.
Because it won't be deceptive to me. Then I'm gonna let you pay for it.
All right,
you're not having, and I'm gonna tell you up front. Go ahead.
Do we have a question?
Yeah. Hold up. The first question I got. First catch. Can you teach someone? Can you teach a person to be healthy?
Yeah.
I kind of understand what this person teach a person to be healthy. I'm going to put it to you like this. No. I don't have the patience. Respect to no one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Can you teach that person to be healthy? Can you teach that person? The person is unhealthy. Can you teach for me? It depends on the person. You can can you be the example? You can be the example, but you know how far it to get there. So you understand what it takes to be healthy. You know, understand the dynamics of what it takes in order for it to the ups and downs you're going to go through. Mm-hmm. So think about that for a second. If you know to be, then you have to have an open mind. That person must understand. So I teach. You have to be. Somebody said it here. If they're teachable, yes, you have to be open minded to the fact they have a food.
Exactly.
Got to be open minded to that. You got to be open minded that the fact that that person has some issue, and you have to deal with it. So you got to deal with the yo-yo diets. You got to deal with when they get on the scale and they don't see the anxiety. But most importantly, you got to deal with the insecurities that come around with it. Yeah. So as you on your journey and on where you need to be, you got to deal with a particular person feeling a certain. So the answers for me is the person open. And also I got to be in a certain to be able to be like, do I want to deal with it? You know what I'm saying? If you're open-minded and you will in turn, cool. But if you talking about it's cheat day Saturday and then it's cheat day Sunday, then not for you. I can't rock. It's you know, it's hard to deal with somebody who is open-minded to the idea. So for me, it depends. Most of the time, no, I can't. If you have the food and you don't have an understanding of food, then I can't deal with you because your learning curves set me back. I can't do that. I can't do that. So it's a no. So Dina, what's
it's I look at it a little bit as well as, tax brackets. Certain people date on tax brackets. Like if you not making a certain amount of money or in a certain tax bracket, that, people date within their tax bracket or above. That's kind of how I feel about health. I feel like if you got to be in my health bracket, you got to be close within my health bracket to date me. If I don't have this big belly, if I'm working out all the time, every day, if I'm taking time out for myself, and somebody talked about mental health, if I'm doing the work on me, then you have to show me, like you said, an open mind of you doing the work on you. I'm gonna give you a scenario. This guy, met this guy a few weeks ago. 55 years old, yeah, perfect. He in perfect age group for me. And but one of the things is that he on blood pressure medication. And he had a little bit of a belly. And I don't, So what I did was I told him some things that he need to do. So I told him, I said, you need to get a bike. Because he said, it's hot outside. I said, well, get on the bike. Get on the bike and start doing at least a mile a day. I gave him some tips. I said, start putting lemon in your water, or lime in your water, in the warm lime water, lemon water in the morning, and drinking your water every day. What's your blood type? He told me his blood type. I said, okay, you're B. You don't need to be eating chicken. I gave him some tips, and then I let him go. Then you start working them tips, and maybe if I can see that you've been diligent and you really care about that, then I'll see you maybe in a few weeks and we'll have some improvements. But it's not for me to be the person who's gonna come in and do an overhaul. I've done that before. I've done an overhaul on a man before, and he lost over 100-some pounds just by being with me and being around my energy. But he got to that. And because of where I was in my emotional state and my mentality at the time, I hadn't did a lot of internal healing work, like I said before, which he was already toxic, So, but it was a learning for me that, no, you don't need to take on no project. They're not taking you on as no project. I'm not taking you on as no project. If I'm already made healthy, then you need to be coming in healthy. We need to be pushing each other. Baby, I ain't trying to come in here and be pushing you to the doctor. We trying to be pushing each other on a bicycle or jogging or running. I'm trying to be 60, 70 years old doing yoga with my man. You know what I'm saying? Us doing tantra and just doing everything we need to do to keep our life thriving. Not, baby, did you take what's your A1C level? Did you take your blood? Where your blood pressure today? I'm not there. That's not what I see for myself. Just like people see retirement and where they want to be far as financially, I have financial goals and I have health goals. And so for me, it would be a negative Nancy. I am not trying to be anybody's nurse and take care of them. I need you to match me or come close. You may not be able to match me in my health thing because some people say I'm extreme, which I probably am to a lot of people. But at least come close. Be like, hey, I work out 2 or 3 days with you. I work out 2 days with you. Well, we can try this. Like you said, have an open mind. Oh, I'll try some yoga and some Tai Chi with you. Or, let's go hiking or doing something where I know you're trying to make strides. And this is something that I know could work out long term for me. Because in 30 years, I still want to be doing the same thing. And that's my thought.
You know what? You hit on something tight, Miss D.
What?
You said the future.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, she said, because she hit on the right subject. She was like, look, we can do this, but I'm looking at the future you, which I'm looking at the future me and the future us. If you're with somebody that is not looking at the future us, then you shouldn't be with them anyway.
That's dope. That is deep. So Megan, what about you?
No, I don't know. You know what? I was just thinking about this. I do not want to date a man who has to rock back and forth to get off the sofa. You got to rock 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 times just to get off the sofa. No, honey, no. Stop. I don't want that. Why are you laughing, Kyrie and Joe?
I'm just, my hand was heavy and I was resting it on my nose. I was resting my hand.
I don't want to do that because like Dina said, I'm looking at the future you. The decisions that we make now is going to affect us in 10 years and 20 years and 30 years and 40 years and 50 years, right? And so I'm going to show you how to make those adjustments and those changes. And I'll give a guy time. I'll give him like 30 days. And if he's not making those changes, you have to go. I am not about to shoot you in the stomach with some insulin medicine. I'm not about to take your blood pressure every day. I'm not about to wake up in the middle of the night to see if you're breathing. I'm not about to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to live my life in fear, thinking that I'm going to be with a man who's going to pass away at the drop of a dime. I just don't want to do it. I mean, I know it's harsh and everything. When I was on the phone with Kyra earlier today, I was telling him about my sister. And I was telling him my sister is probably like about 500 pounds or so, right? And I had to have a hard conversation with her because, you know, I financially take care of my mom. And so my sister doesn't do it because she eats her paycheck. She check away. And I told her, I said, girl, you cannot do this. First of all, you're spending $800 a week on food. And then I also told her, I said, your neck is black. It looks like you took tar and put it on the back of your neck. So you need to do something about that. And I don't want to be with somebody like that. I just don't want to. So I'll show the guy how to make it. And I still, you know, I want to be at my goal weight. I'm not at my goal weight, but I don't want to be in situations to where I'm like thinking, and I'm calling you and thinking, hey, is he alive? Like, what's going on? So that's my 2 cents. But the rocking back and forth just to get off the sofa and the sofa is low, I don't want that in my life.
No, man.
I answered your question, but Kyra was laughing.
No,
I don't like snitches.
no, what are you?
Kyra, you wanted to say it, though. My bad.
You're not phenomenal. What say you?
Stop!
I'm trying to get them together. So I'm gonna kind of piggyback from what Megan said. I'm 35 years old. I would prefer to know that I have a man that's gonna make me call quits older than I am, more than me having to think that he's gonna have a heart attack over me. Like,
Yeah.
Did she freeze?
Look, I think
Froze.
Yeah.
no.
She's back.
There she is.
Oh,
So she
you
froze. There she
froze
go.
on us.
Mm-hmm.
We can't hear you. Phenomenal. We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Froze. Oh, shit.
Did she come back in? Or
Man, she's still talking.
okay.
We can't hear her.
Yeah.
Maybe did you mute? Well, she's not
She
muted.
here.
We
Can't hear.
Mm.
She probably got to speak up. Hey, so,
I think
what's her name? Kari, can you go ahead and?
Yeah. I can't look. I'm gonna keep it real. Dealing and taking care of my father, I just don't want to do it. I barely. Right now is a struggle for a man that is still in his prime and moving around to be taking care of an old man that is not, right? And I look at that like I don't want to be that old man for my children. I'm gonna do my best I can so that they don't have to do that for me. And I'm trying to be in shape or be at a point where I can get to a hospital.
I think everybody.
Uh-oh, can you hear me? And we all lost. But I want to be to a point where I'm okay.
No, I can hear you.
But I have taken care of my father long enough to the point like I don't want to be with somebody that is unhealthy that I have to redo this all over again. And I'm not saying I don't want to that I don't want to take care of my father or I'm this kind of person or whatever. I'm like, I've been a caregiver and it's hard.
mm-hmm.
It is hard. And I don't necessarily want to have the immediate thought of my future me and my future we, and picturing me having to do this all over again. I don't have it in me. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't.
Yeah.
So here's a hard question. Isn't it considered shame to date someone? Hold on. Isn't it considered shaming to not date someone not on your fitness level? Could it be easier to overlook health? Because I don't understand. Hold on. I'm going through my DMs. Isn't it easier to date someone that what are you? I basically what he's saying, isn't it easier to overlook all of that if they got other qualities?
No.
Phenomenal. I'll let you answer that. Go ahead. Can you hear? We can't hear you.
Phenomenal.
What's wrong with her mic? Oh, I know what's wrong. Her signal's weak.
Yeah, signal.
You see it? Yeah. She probably got to come out and come or move into a different location. So Megan, we're gonna get while we work with Phenomenal. So may it be easier to do you feel it's considered shaming because the person may not be on your level and look all of that if they have all qualities that you have?
I don't think it's shaming, especially when you're giving that person an opportunity to make those changes. You're showing that person, you're guiding that person in the right direction. It's up to them to follow suit, right? So I don't think it's shaming. Shaming is basically openly calling someone fat, obese, name calling. We all have a preference. Some people like, to date light-skinned girls or light-skinned dudes. Some people like to date girls with long hair. Some women like tall men. It's just a preference, right? But like I was saying before, I just don't want to wait. I don't want to be living in fear. And that's the whole scenario behind the situation. I just don't want to live in fear. Constantly having to wake up just to check to see if my mate is breathing or not. So I don't think it's shaming. It's just basically not wanting to live in fear, and then wanting to grow old with someone who wants to take care of themselves. So no, not to me, it's not shaming.
No.
I agree. Carver, what you say?
I definitely agree. No. This is what people really get confused. It is a pure choice.
Mm-hmm.
People can do what they want to do. It's the hardest lesson I've been learning in life. People do what they want to do and believe what they want to believe anyway. Doesn't matter what anybody says, does, think. Like, it's not up for somebody. And this is a harsh reality.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has to wait for you to get where you need to be for them.
Boom.
Nobody has. You don't have to do it. I don't have to pull my car over or miss my flight because you chose to sleep in. I don't have to miss my flight. I don't have to lose my vacation because you chose to not put in your PTO time. I don't have to. And this is a serious thing that people think that other people need to wait for them or get them up. It's not shaming, unless it's just like Megan said. When you shame somebody, you're making them feel uncomfortable or bad. You're putting them in a light of embarrassment. I'm not putting you in a light of embarrassment if I say we're not compatible. I'm actually honoring you. I'm giving you truth.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not lying to you. But if you ask me See, this is the problem. When you ask somebody why they don't want to be with you, they're willing to take it. I don't want to be with you because, look, like Miss Dina said, you on too many pills, man. You're not looking right. These pills alone, they have too many chemicals. You can read them for yourself on Google. Where this is what's going to happen. You have a 80% chance of probability of cancer because of the pills you take. So I don't choose that, and that's perfectly fine for Miss Dina to choose. Perfectly fine. But it's just us, like men. You know, I don't. If to me, I'm gonna be straight. I don't want to. I can't. I don't feel comfortable with, and maybe it's you know, I'm the biggest man on he go and her goes, but my ego, because I'm sitting there like I've worked too hard to be me, and I've worked so hard to get me there that this is prepared for somebody. Now let's keep it true because I want to stay fact. Let's say Miss Dina and me, right? Now I have an ab belly, and I'm working on my ab belly, okay? And I'm gonna get rid of that ab belly with this challenge. However, Miss Dina might not like the ab belly, or she said, like, you know what? I might work with you. I might give you a workout plan and program, and you holler back at me when you show me you did something. I can't be mad at that.
We got
I
a
have
question.
to honor that for her.
Hold on.
Go ahead, man. I can't.
The questions for Megan. Fit. I put it. Did you?
No. What is it, Joe?
It says, Megan, what if your man gets in a car accident and lose an arm and needs your help? Would you leave him?
See, that's the difference. That's an accident. Yeah, that's totally different. You can't compare an accident to somebody just making unhealthy choices. That's totally different, right? So yes, of course, if my man lost his arm, I'm going to be there for him. I'm going to wrap up his arm and take him to his doctor's appointment because I would expect the same thing. But you know, being with someone who refuses to change their lifestyle, who is dedicated to taking medicine 20, 30, 40 pills every single day, who doesn't have a relationship with water or fruit or vegetables. No, that's totally different. You can't compare the two. Yes, but to answer your question, yes, I will be there if my man got into a car accident because it's an accident. If that answers your question.
I got two questions. I'm here, so it's going to be close. Two questions coming in for Kari. If you are not at your health, what? Okay. All
What
right.
is it?
At your, I only knows. Not at your. How can you expect a woman to do the same?
I don't. I mean, look, this is my preference. Just like it's like a heavy woman could be out of shape, and she could want a man with a six pack. She could find one, and they work out because they compatible. They are compatible. So I am not going to see. This is the difference between me. I don't have boundaries. I don't choose to walk into a brick wall. So I'm gonna choose my woman based off my compatibility. Like Miss Dina might be too much for me. She might like, hey, I gotta do this. I'm in the gym, I want to go hiking. That might be too much for me. I might be like, hey, I can do the yoga and the Tai Chi, but I can't do the hiking. And she say, hey, that's my level. Well, then I'm not at her level, but at least I can say to myself without delusion. Now, that's the biggest thing, to speak to yourself without delusion. And I can look over at Miss Dina and say, Miss Dina, look, you know, you beautiful. I mean, I love you. I really want to spend time to the rest of my life with you, but I'm really not at your level, and I probably need to find somebody that just do like yoga by itself. I can't, and I won't. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna force you to sacrifice who you are to be with me. And I'm really not that selfish, Miss Dina. I don't want to be that selfish, but I know a lot of couples that are, but I choose not to be that way to you. I hope that answers that question properly.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Now with Dina, this question's for you. Oh, well, Dina, you asked the same question that I asked.
I'm sorry. What you say?
Asked the same thing basically for you. Hold on, let me just answer this question. Ask this question to you. It says, Diva, get fit. What if the person is struggling and maybe need some of your guidance? Thing to do is to help them on their journey instead of tossing them aside.
That's a client. But they need to pay me. But really, seriously, I have given out free information. That's why I was talking about the guy before when I was telling him what to do. But I really wanted to say something about the person that was talking about the body shaming or the fitness shaming and all of that type of mess. That is really bringing light to your toxicity. That's what I want people to understand. It's not that I am looking at it from a narcissistic perspective, because I don't want people to get that type of thought like you have to look like this and you got to have this going on. Like, no, I've dated guys who have been a little bit chubby, but they worked out, but they were on their health. They were active. They did things. They were eating right. And so it's not that the person is just completely I don't want that because you doing it, but it's really, I'm seeing the toxicity in you, and I don't want that toxic behavior to become a part of my lifestyle. That's really what's going on, because when you're in a relationship, you're going to get swayed one way or the other. Certain things that the woman does, the man is going to do. Certain things the man does, the woman going, and vice versa. So with someone being that unhealthy and being on pills and medications, then I'm knowing either I'm going to have to be this person's nurse or doctor, or either I'm going to have to be swayed in to, the unhealthy lifestyle, and that's just not it. It's just not it. So it's not a body shaming. I want to go. It's not really body shaming to me. I'm just bringing light to your toxicity, and knowing, like Kari said before, medication is straight up chemicals. So that means if you're having a band-aid on your behavior, then that's letting me know you're not taking the necessary steps that you need to get off of that and be a better person. You rather have band-aids. One of the things I do, and people can say what they want, I don't care. When I date someone or someone is interested in me, they have to go plant-based, or they have to eat meat, no meat, for 30 days. One guy, he did it for 45. He was like, I'm doing 45. I was like, okay, I just say 30. But it shows me the type of discipline that you have as a person and how much you care about changing your lifestyle, seeing something different, and how much you care to even say, hey, I understand that you're a healthy person. I recognize that. Like I said before, I've been doing this for over 13 years and working out since I was 8. This is me. I've only gained weight when I was pregnant, and then I ran every day to lose it. And I was 21 years old, going to school full time and doing all of that. So I'm looking at the fact that if you can do that, you can show some discipline, and you're not into the addictive, toxic behavior.
I like that.
I agree.
Kari, like that.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
Would you think that it sense, like I say this, and I want to say this, and it's going to be disrespectful. Out there dating, I was 375, right?
Mm-hmm.
375. She's probably on here, and she was the sweetest. She was bodybuilding. I mean, she was really into it. And she said to me, the most man, I love your conversation. I love everything that you done. And at that time, I didn't even know, I wasn't even going to the gym. I was just pills. And she told me that I would love to have, we could be friends. I'll get to your question in a minute. We'll get to be friends, but you. I can't rock with you. Because I said, why? She said, because you're unhealthy. I don't want a man to put me first. I don't want a man that I coddle. I don't want a man that I have to monitor. You're a grown man. You don't deserve for a woman to teach you how to eat. You don't need to monitor your food. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be responsible. And she said, we're sitting here now, you're sweating. That lets me know that your thyroid is out of whack. Your lymph nodes are out of whack. And that made me feel a certain way. But thanked her for that later on because she standards. And when you're unhealthy and you're looking for people who are healthy, I would have set her back. Why? I'll tell you why. That same day, I was in McDonald's. That same entire day, I was in McDonald's eating food, right? So she was right to say, I don't want with a man who's unhealthy. To say that's not what she wanted. And she was entitled to not have that level of unhealth in her life. She was entitled to that. And to some people, they may say, she's wrong. She's shitting you. She's wrong for that. Her. No. She was absolutely right. She was absolutely right. We have to have a lot of times when you have a food, you also have an insecurity. I know that because I deal with addiction. The chance to speak, phenomenal. Everything good?
Yeah,
Phenomenal.
I think
Can you
it's
hear me?
good now. Yes.
Phenomenal.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Phenomenal.
Can you hear me?
Very good. She's clear.
No, I'm saying phenomenal. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
I can't hear her.
We can hear it, Joe.
Okay, go ahead. Phenomenal.
So for me, I do believe that a relationship is based of a little of everything being put together. And your health in every way, shape, and form contributes to a healthy relationship. So if I'm going to be with someone who says to me, okay, I have this problem and I have that problem and I have that problem and this is my problem and that is my problem, then that is going to come off to me as a very unhealthy person. And if I am already grooming myself in a healthy way, in a healthy lifestyle, which the way I think, the way I speak, the way I eat, all of those aspects put together, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't have, as far as I can see, that person is coming to me with nothing in order. So now I'm going to have to nurture a baby I'm gonna have to take care of a baby because that's what you're giving me. You're giving me an infant to take care of. And I don't think that's fair to someone who is already putting in the work. Now, a lot of people would be like, that's so harsh. You know, some people just need someone to push them forward. No, if you can't do that for yourself, I can't do it for you. I have to see that you're making some kind of effort into becoming whatever it is that you want to be. And then if I feel like I can be there for you. But I am not going to take up someone who has no idea nor no clue of what they want to do or how they want to do it, or they have 10% okay and the other 90% is downhill. I don't think that is fair to anyone. And I wouldn't even tell somebody if they see that in me to take me up either. If you see that there's potential and that person is moving towards whatever they want, fine. But then when we come here and we say things like this, we're going to be looked at as, oh, that's harsh, or oh, that's not fair. Like what Fit Body said, I agree with you on so many levels. I don't want a man who's gonna have a heart attack over me. That don't make no sense to me. Or I don't want to be that person either, because not because I'm young, that don't mean that I'm healthy and I have a longer life than somebody's that's older than me. I'm still working on my health, but at least I'm doing the work to get there. Now, my thing is, if you're not doing the work, don't go out there looking for someone who's already doing the work, or who have already done the work, because then that is unfair to them, because now you're pulling them back into bad habits. And it happens all the time. I am doing what I need to do, and I'm not. So say Joe has a food addiction and he's working on himself, and I come in.
Then she cut off.
Did we lose you? Phenomenal. Uh-oh. Phenomenal, you there? Okay. Should probably come back in.
It's okay. This question for you, or it's for you. This question is for Kari, and Dina, and the next question is for Megan. It said, so would you date who is in the middle of the road if they have a slip up that caused them to emotionally, let's you see them in eating food, would you shame them, or would you help them understand their what caused the emotional trip, or would you discard them as you're saying you would?
See, that question is different.
I want to say
It's kind of like reframing my words a little bit. I never said I discard them. What I said was I wouldn't choose them. I wouldn't choose that person as being the immediacy. I'm not starting in the middle of the relationship. I'm starting at the front. Now, if I'm starting in the middle of the relationship, that means that I've already chosen somebody that is compatible with my workout program, my lifestyle, my healthy system, my idea of health. Let me say that again. My idea of what's healthy. That's mine. So it's like, because we've been talking about food, but we're still talking about unhealthy choices, right? I don't mess with anybody. I have an oral hygiene issue. And oral hygiene, if your oral hygiene is not right, it affects your heart. You get sick. Your organs. Like, that goes past being obese. So if I look in your mouth and it's raw,
past it.
I can't mess with you. But I'm not shaming you. In the middle of the relationship, if something happens and we're here, and let's say we're on the same level, we rolling back and forth, and you have a day, and I see you in the McDonald's line, I'm not gonna shame you. I'm gonna call you and be like, "Hey, what's going on? I see you in I'm gonna question you." See, I'm gonna ask for understanding because I'm not gonna judge you because I don't know what happened that day. I don't know what triggered you that day because you think I'm gonna sit here and lie to you and say, "Oh no, I'll never eat any ice cream again. I'll never do." I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you right now, I could be sitting up here and walk by the store and be just like any other alcoholic, crack addict, dope, because all of this mess is dopamine. Food is no different than heroin. With the dopamine that you receive from the addiction. It's no different than sex. It's the dopamine you receive from the addiction. Me, that question is almost like, it's relinquishing the idea that I'll get with you or be with a person and then change my mind. What's up? Everything okay?
Brother.
Oh, well, it doesn't mean I'm gonna be with you. If I'm in the middle of the relationship, does not mean I'm gonna be with you and change my mind because something happened. That's a weak-minded man. That's a broken man. Okay. If we already are there are no boundaries, there are no limits. We are here to improve each other. So once again, hey, what's going on? I see you in the line. You need to talk about anything? And that communication that I established, because I do my compatibility matrix up front for risk assessment, I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
But do you have to worry about it raining when you building a house? Yeah. It might rain. Do you have to, if you go, you think it's not sugar and fruit too? Yeah, it's sugar and fruit. But it's what are you doing? So I would never do that. I would never discard somebody that's on me. I have been discarded. So, and that's being in shape. So no, we're not playing that game, but I don't want you to misconstrue my words and make this try to make that look like myself and Miss Dina don't have choices. Now there's a very distinct difference between beginning choices and middle decisions. Okay, I'm gonna make sure my first decision, my original decision, is the solid decision.
Exactly.
I'm gonna make sure that person, I don't have to wait for. They're not already bent down out of shape. And I hate to say this, and I've said this before, and sometimes people get a little ticky, but it's kind of like, it's like a car. Are you gonna go to the lot and you know that you got to be to work, you got an hour drive away, and you go to the lot and the guy said, "Hey, you can buy this car. Yeah, it's good to go. Yeah, I mean, the engine falling out and the door falling off and the windshield don't work, but you can drive it." You're gonna look at that car and be like, it doesn't even look like it can make it down the road, let alone an hour drive back and forth, day after day after day, to get me where I need to be so that I can support my family. No, you're not gonna buy that car. And if you do, then you made the choice to buy that car. You made the choice to walk off the lot with a car that didn't even look like it was gonna make it an hour down the street.
All right, Dana. You're next. If you see the in the middle of, you're in the middle.
I would
Send me to McDonald's.
I'm pretty much similar to like Kari. I've already made the decision up front. I don't make hasty relationship decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, you look good, I'm gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. So I've already made this conscious decision on getting into a partnership with this person, and I know their strengths and their weaknesses a little bit, so I kind of would already know what's going on. And it may not even just be the food. I've been in a relationship with before, and I had a guy tell me, oh, I'm gonna stop smoking weed, I'm gonna stop smoking weed, I'm gonna stop smoking weed. I'm like, I don't like it, because when it's around me, then it's gonna be a part of, I'm gonna smell like it, I gotta go. So I've been in that particular type of scenario with the weed, not the food, but that. And him telling me like he was gonna stop, and he was stopping, and then I get in the car and it smelled like weed, and it was a constant lie. So I did let the relationship go. And that was because it's someone that's saying they're doing the work and they're not doing it, and you're lying to me. But like I said initially, when we first started the conversation, what was wonderful was that it was a reflection on who I was at the time, on the work that I needed to do, and that I wasn't all the way where I needed to be. And it was a reflection in a relationship. Now, where I am at this point in my life, I do extreme measures up front to know, hey, is this person going to have these kind of pitfalls down the way? Is this person going to be a gambler, and they're going to spend all our money? Is this person going to be somebody who is going to have some detrimental happen, and then, they don't want to talk, or they shut down emotionally? You have to know all of these things. And it's not just the food that could be deal breakers sometimes, but it can be the overall emotional habits that person is not seeking to level themselves up to, that could cause other issues in a relationship. So no, the food wouldn't be a deal breaker, but similar to what Kari said, was like, hey, what's going on? Let's have a conversation. I know some certain men, and men that I date, they shut down, they don't want to talk. So now that you don't want to talk, this making it harder on me to even understand what's going on, that drove you to the point of you having to go the route that we had already discussed you weren't going to go to. And that brings a whole nother dynamic into the relationship. It's like, well, should somebody stay with somebody that can do, real communication? Somebody who can be emotionally available? So it's more so of that, because if the person was emotionally available, they would have contacted you and talked to you before they even went to that McDonald's. So I feel like it's really them than me. I feel like I have more of a choice to let that person go, because you felt like you couldn't even come and have a conversation with me about what you were going through and what was going on. So now there's something going on with your communication skills and your emotions. Yeah, people have normalized settling.
Phenomenal, and Megan, is for you. Phenomenal. And why can't, if women are in charge of the kitchen, I don't know where you get that from, but if women are in charge of the kitchen, why can't you prepare the food for the man in order to monitor his food choices? Okay, why can't you cook?
I feel like he putting out his triggers.
Phenomenal.
Who asked the question? This is not 1940. You can get your butt in the kitchen and cook as well.
So okay. I gotta laugh about this one. So I don't have a problem making meals, but if it's that I'm not making the meal that you would prefer, you can go make it yourself. Show me how to make the food you want, but don't expect me to just get up and read your mind to know what you want to eat on what day. I can be cooking healthy food and you don't want the healthy food. So what do we do next? what is the next step to that? So it's not that, oh, a woman can't go in the kitchen to cook, but do you guys have a set plan on what's going to be made in the house today, and what would you prefer to eat, and what would you prefer not to? Things like that. It's not just, okay, I want you to eat healthy, so here is this, eat it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it works. You're not an animal, and I'm not throwing waste outside to you. So it's back down to compromise.
All right, so
Oh, is she stuck?
I gotta say this: get your self playing game. One of the things that, if you are a single man, and the rest of the questions are for me and Kari, is for men. If you are a single man, you must understand, and I know the person should be empathetic and understanding, but you have to structure it in such a way where you're able to be successful with your addiction. Nobody owes you understanding. Nobody owes you understanding. I'm going to say again, you understanding. Instagram, nobody owes you. That was the realest thing that somebody. In order for me to battle food addiction, I am not entitled just because I'm a good man, just because I got my stuff together in regards to my finances. I ain't on anything. Don't make me a high value man. Like every shout out to my. Don't make me high selective. That person's woman still is entitled to choose, and she has to choose me based on of her life and what it. So I can't say the kitchen and all the healthy meals. That's not taking responsibility and accountability for your food addiction.
Mm-hmm.
My ex-wife cooked all the time. She was not my butt and going to Chick-fil-A, going whatever, and doing it her fault. So we can't say as men get a woman and fix for us and do all it. No. We can't women or men to be compassionate with us. You can't. I was 375. I was women that I wanted to be with because I'm a man. Ain't no woman out here running to jump on no 375 you like that, especially the women that I really truly be with. I was lucked up to find my ex-wife, woman too. I don't know. Sometimes I looked at her the other day. I'm like, I don't know how the heck I pulled that and got her. But maybe she was slumming. I don't know. I wasn't the best version of myself. People always want to say the other question that came in with me and Kari saying food about emotional stuff about that. Let me tell you something. Now you about to get purpose of it. Food. All of it plays with food. It is like Kari said, it is a leadership problem. It's you lack the discipline to put yourself first. So let's take it to a place of where you listen to somebody who actually was a leader, a supposedly leader of his family. Be real of what these women say. I argued all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was hyper emotional. I didn't like what I seen in the mirror. I expected my ex-wife to satisfy. Now imagine a woman figure that shit out. Trying to figure out what the hell is day. Because you have on yourself to enough to, she was responsible for the food, but she had her demons to deal with. But as a man in the house, was working out every day? No. Was I in? Nope. I lied about going to therapy. I lied about the healthy food that she did. I threw the shit in the trash. And I still went to McDonald's. Tell me I ain't lying, people. Oh, go to Waitress. Yeah, I'm going to the class. I still went to Chick-fil-A. And because of my food addiction, I would come home and eat food, even though I just ate McDonald's. I just ate some unhealthy food. So you don't understand what it feels to sit there and pop pressure medication. And then somebody tell you pre-diabetic. And they telling you, hey, look, man, I'm going to give you and some of you slapping your daggone penis. And that's a painful thing as a woman to see stuff in her was something you fix. I came to disrespect somebody today because food addiction got me that way. Telling her what it says for better or for worse, then why worse? Why you got to give her the worst? You mean to tell me, man? And I'm saying hard. I know it's hard. A lot of us are cutting down our chances with quality women and men who can help us, who can take us to the next level simply because we got to choose our. I know it's hard. I'm like 2 years in. And but it's the saying, hey, I want this woman over here who put in and the reason why you want this woman to work, the reason why you want that man to put in the work, make your life easy. When a person is done financially sound, I found out this answer this question. When I did my assessment, understand food addiction, what I found out is I had an impulse problem. That I was on Amazon all the time. I had a problem. I had problems. I had issues that I was clinically depressed. See, the food addiction was a byproduct going on. So I expected that woman to deal. So I expect that deal with my insecurities, me feel like the dude over there who doing the work. I know your dudes do. Make me feel that guy over that you really attracted to. I had issues. So I expected that woman to do what? Deal with them? I was expecting that woman to deal with what she got another option, somewhere else. She will options. Kari just told you, I have options. I got options. Think of a lesser value to themselves just because you feel 100% about proving. Show who you are, or you full of shit. So as a man, you must understand you can't go out there and think that women who have just you may look at Dean and say, woo, I want that. You may looking for nothing. Megan, I want that. Because you desire you desire that those mean they're going to pick you. And with a standard that for whatever freaking reason, we're one of the women that they're not supposed to have. So I say that you want women, and as you men who are healthy, and as everybody is moving towards being healthy, we must end the dynamics to be healthy. So the next question, Ari, why is it such an emphasis on having healthy women? Why is weight such an issue? Why is it such an emphasis of having healthy women? Why is it such an emphasis? Why is an issue more to be concerned with? Haven't you seen the new?
See, first of all, is the big thing here is that it's not the weight that we're talking about. It is a healthy issue, right? And then when we're talking about the weight, once again, that all weight usually always leads back to here. Like it's one of the biggest things that you can see on a person immediately. Don't trust me, because it seems like that's an argumentative type of question that I don't have to step into, just like I don't have to choose somebody that's unhealthy, right? So the thing is here is being with, or how can I say, I don't have this is being a little lost. I'm glad it's controlled, but it's being a little lost where you think that your weight is not tied to your mentality. Even if it's not, which is, I mean, read a book, go Google it. Even if your weight is not tied to your mentality, it does not have to be tied to my future. And see, once again, I'm taking it back to my original point. Your mentality is unhealthy. If your mentality is unhealthy, then I don't have to wait. I'm not going to catch you up. I will help you to a degree, but I'm with Miss Dina. You call it client at that point. Let's call it client. Because if I'm spending time doing the same thing that I do at work, that's called a client. I don't want to do that. I don't have to do that. But it's the mental that I'm working. I just said during this call, I said, look, I'm big in the oral hygiene. Because if your mouth is bad, I already know medically your body will eventually be bad or something's wrong. You can Google this. This is not something that I'm coming out my butt with like Calorie feels this way. No, Calorie went to school. My degree's in radiology. I worked in the hospital. Calorie knows the inside of the body left and right. Calorie knows every heart blood vessel, my brain, blood vessels, body vessels, organs. Calorie knows. So calories had to sit with people. Hold on, let me bust you in the neck right quick. Calories had to sit with patients that had gastric bypass and see them for a year after they've had the surgery, and they go through pure hell for a year and almost die to put on a little dress. I saw. I even one of my friends. It was so. Now I'm gonna tell you, I was in my tougher and stronger and meaner days when this happened, but I had a big old dude, and he was a friend of mine. He was the surgeon of the gastric bypasses, and I asked him. I was like, "Hey, man, why don't you put these people on a workout program for like 3 or 4 weeks before they do this, because they all bust through the staples, they all bust through the clamps, they can't stop themselves from eating mentally. So that means you have a leadership problem, a discipline problem, a self-control problem. It's not about your food problem, it's about your problem, and my future me can't tackle on those problems. I already made it through that. So I asked the dude, he said, look, man, obesity is a disease. And I said, wait a minute. And I was a smart behind, like big time. But I said, hold on, man. I went to school. I'm not that dumb. I can see things and I'm not that dumb.
Yep.
But I did every single one of your patients and I still weigh 195. Obesity is not a disease. It's an addiction problem. There's a mentality problem. There's a loss problem. There's a hurt problem. It always seems to lead back to something. And when it comes to people like me, I'm gonna tell you my problem when it comes to like right now, people look at me like, man, Kyrie, you in shape. No, I'm not. I'm good, but I haven't worked out to performance level. And I know my body can reach performance level. Now, I'm gonna let you know right now. If you saw me at performance level or you saw this body, I guarantee you'll choose the performance level body with the same mind and same everything. We got the same me. Which one do you want to choose? The performance level or the low octane? That's the bull crap right there. And this is the stuff that we as men, I'm glad we men got this question while these ladies are in the box. These unbroken women now. I'm not broke anymore. I don't have to do that. I don't consider myself healed. I'm solid. Do I hit the ground? Yes. Do I get up? Damn right. Do I lay down? Not no more. So I don't have to. If you're going to lay down while we on our way to the future, then I'm going to let you lay there, get some sleep. Go ahead and do your thing. But I need somebody to help me tote these future bags. And that's what you're missing. It's not just, and I know this is with weight. We push this with weight, and we push this about food addiction. But the question here is unhealthy lifestyle, unhealthy. If you're an unhealthy spender, I have a problem with you. Believe that. If your house is unhealthy, if you're not clean and you unhealthy living, unhealthy, get trash all over the floor, dirty clothes at the front door, crap all around the toilet, sinks nasty. That's unhealthy living. That's an unhealthy lifestyle. I don't have to choose that. I'm not going to come in and wait for you and be like, hey, I was just wondering, I really love you and I figured we're going to be together and I'm just going to wait for you to clean your house and do what you need to do so we can have a strong relationship after you clean your house. Hell no. You got a dirty house, you got a dirty house. I don't have to choose your dirty house having ass. This is how it works. You got a dirty toilet? You got a dirty toilet. Because I'm gonna tell you straight up. I don't know if that was a woman question or a man question. I'm sorry, purpose. I'm getting a little. Oh, let me tone this back. If you got a dirty toilet, I don't know no damn woman that sits on a dirty toilet. As soon as y'all walk in the man bathroom.
True.
Now I'm gonna tell you straight up. I come up with women and I hang around beauty stores. I just go places where women are because I can hear this shit. Right? And dirty toilets. If women don't mess with men with dirty toilets. It's the simplest thing. But women don't know men don't really clean toilets. They haven't been taught by their mamas because their mamas be like, I'm not sitting on no dirty ass toilet. So the mama go in there and just clean the toilet. Got used to being a slave. And brings a leader, a dirty toilet leader out to a woman. And now he leads his dirty toilet ass out here to this woman and gives her the option to have a choice. Like, do I really want a man that has piss all around the toilet? I mean, it's a big ass hole. He couldn't get none of this in here. Just a choice. Unhealthy lifestyle. You got piss around your toilet. I don't like that. Because you ain't going to sit on a truck stop, pissy toilet. Clean it. I don't want to get to a sink and see toothpaste drips all over it and blood everywhere on the floor and pubic hairs everywhere. I don't have to choose you. I will not choose you. Because it's unhealthy living. A hoarder. You hoarding, you got stuff everywhere. Women, peep game. Don't have me open your closet and say, avalanche. I don't have time for that. That means you got a problem. You hiding stuff. You deceptive to yourself. You delusion. And this is the thing people don't want to hear. It's words that people don't want to hear because they attack your hergo and ego. Manipulation. Deception. Lies. Let me tell you about the word lie. People using cap. Call your grandmama a liar. See if she don't slap the lie about your mouth. You say she capping, don't really matter. That's because words matter. That's why curvy, fat turned to curvy. But let me tell you what, like I said, I will not change what I'm saying because Google it. You either obese or morbidly obese. And that word sounds so harsh when you say it. People come in, I've seen patients come in with outfits so fine and waist trainers. Those were called corsets 1,000 years ago. And they shape your body. They change the organ structure in your body. So I will not be with a woman that wears corsets or waist trainers because her organs will change. And with the certain stuff that we have now, there's a strong possibility she ain't gonna make it, and she's gonna have issues with her bowel movements. She's gonna have kidney issues because your kidneys right there and they're being all squished together. And if you have to have surgery, now you got a problem. They can't even take care of you because of your waist trainer. Google it. This ain't no joke. So it's not about, I don't have to choose, and I don't expect the woman to choose me. Why would I expect a woman to choose me if I'm half baked up in the head? And then tell her like, hey, Miss Dina, you can wait for me. Man, you in jail. Women don't wait for people in jail. If you in mental jail, it's the same damn jail. Man, that question kind of got me a
Same thing.
Think about some of these things, man, and know that those kind of questions attack, because these things that we're saying, this is a tough call, and egos will be hit because you sitting there thinking like, my man left me because he said I was fat. or this, or my girl left me because she said I was big. You know, yeah. Did you listen? Because you chose them, and they left you because of that. Don't blame it on something else. He didn't leave me. He said he left me because I was big, but really he left me because I didn't put the ironing board up. No, he told you why he left. Because you're big. Or he told you, like, even good men, these good men are getting a bad rap because we telling you up front what we don't like instead of having sex with you for 3 or 4 months. Taking your money, spending your time, and stealing your youth. I give that to you and say, hey, this is not right. Now, I'll lead you to an extent because I don't feel like I should leave people out there in the dirt. But I'm like Dina. Once you cross over the path of becoming a client, then you in client territory. I can't have another client for. Matter of fact, I can't date my clients. How about that? All right. I don't know. Can y'all hear me? Okay. What you?
Facts.
I'm gonna get back off this one, man. I heard that one, man.
All right. Got this. We're gonna close it out quick. We're gonna answer the question. Can your unhealthy habit hinder your choices?
Of course. Is it going to anybody?
It does.
There you go.
It does. Because if you're gonna choose something that's not good for you yourself, how am I going to trust that you're going to know whether or not I am good for you, or you're going to treat me the way I need to be treated? Because you don't even know how to treat yourself right. I'm 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 gonna be scared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be scared.
Let me get mine out the way, man. I ain't got time for this. Look, yes. Does crack make a relationship better? Heroin make a relationship? Habits. I don't. You know, sometimes y'all, man, look here, man. Y'all, I can't. If sometimes I'm fascinated by some of the questions because come on, man. Come on. Yes. If somebody got a, if they have a murdering mental habit, that's bad too. Yes. We got to get, we need to start. See, the thing is, people don't tell people they problems no more. We hide that stuff. We let them walk around with problems. Like, hey, man, you know, like my boys. Some of my boys, they do women wrong. And then they get caught up. And then they have woman problems. I don't hang around them either. How about that? See, we're not gonna put it just in because men have relationships with men, not gay relationships. They have real relationships with men. And if you have woman problems, that's a mental problem for me. I can't deal with you. I don't care. We got to get this right and tell people, like, because maybe you'll help them by telling them the truth, not their truth, the truth, not your truth, the truth. We sit around letting people keep bull crapping each other like this question. I'm like, come on, man. I'm not saying it was a dumb question. I'm saying that maybe it wasn't well thought out. And if you're not thinking about, if that question is coming to your head, maybe you need to reach out to somebody, because that sounds like something that has been gaslit. It sounds like something from somebody that's been gaslit. Somebody that, like, man, this some bull. I'm tired of this. Can this happen? Like, yes, man. It was another question earlier like that, but I didn't say anything. But we gotta stop. God,
no, well, you know,
look.
I'll tell you what it is, and this is, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. I think a lot because of the topic, which that's what we here for. We gotta tackle some of the topics. I got a whole lot that's on the on my messenger.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the other questions are going to be for all the other people. Those questions are going to be for emotion, the emotion segment when we have one. So when we have that, that's when those questions. Some will save some, but I appreciate answering. So Dina, just so the next, I mean, well, the same question. I'm gonna close it out. Unhealthy habits hinder your dating.
Yes, unhealthy habits hinders your life. So yes, it's going to hinder dating. Unhealthy habits, period, across the board. So just like we've been saying, unhealthy habits. If you're unhealthy, for one thing, I want people to understand there's some mental instability that's going on. All right. And I'm talking about any type of unhealthy habit. There's some type of mental issues that's going on, whether we're talking about what you're eating with food addiction, whether it's a drug and drug addiction, whether you are having unhealthy habits with, your lifestyle. Like he said, spending and hoarding. I went through that with my mother. My mother had so much stuff, and she still has so much stuff. So trying to clear out my parents' house from her hoarding, which was actually hiding other issues that didn't want to be uncovered, which was a mental instability, emotional mental instability. So that is going to hinder you in making the correct choices because you have a mental issue. And a lot of people don't want to call it a mental issue, but if you have an addiction to certain things, that's a mental issue, because like we've already uncovered earlier, is that it's some other underlying emotional issues or trauma that you don't want to face that's causing you to go and diverge to these outside sources to give you comfort, to make you feel better about yourself. You may shop and get this new Louis Vuitton and this and that to make yourself feel good, and you're constantly splurging and spending, but it's for you to cover up what's really inside. So all of it needs to go back into, how can I improve myself? How can I be a better person? It's not, I don't want people to focus so much on just the weight a factor, but just unhealthiness, period. How can I level up? How can I be better? And when you look at, and when you really ask yourself that question, and if you have a list of things, if you're truthful, then no, you don't need to be in a relationship, because you're not going to get into a right relationship that's going to either serve you or serve that person. Like I said earlier, you're either going to use that person, or someone is going to use you, because you haven't done the work. So using, a lot of people say, oh, they used me. No, I don't even like people saying that, because nobody used you. You freely went into this relationship knowing that you had unhealthy habits, you had trauma, and you had a lot of things you needed to improve on, and you didn't do the work. So then you just attracted something to you that uncovered that. So yeah, you're going to make unhealthy choices, unhealthy decisions in life in general, especially in relationships.
That's a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, you killed it, Mama.
Question of the day: can unhealthy habits hinder your?
You cut off. I can't hear.
Can't hear you.
There you go.
I can't hear.
Oh, we can
We
hear you.
still can't hear you. Let Megan run it until Phenomenal get. We can't hear you, Phenomenal.
I didn't hear the question.
About the
All right.
unhealthy habits. Go ahead.
Megan, the question of the day.
Mhm.
Yeah. Can unhealthy habits hinder your dating?
Yeah. And like Dina said, it hinders your life. Let me ask this person a question. So if somebody came up to you openly and said, hey, I'm HIV positive, but I still want to have sex with you without a condom, would you? You would not, right? Because that's going to cause other issues. That's an unhealthy habit, unhealthy sexual habit, right? So I just feel like a lot of people, they're put their trauma and their triggers on other people, and you have to stop doing that. You have to start getting the help that you need as an individual. Stop trying to guilt trip somebody into dating you or talking to you when you know you are not mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually ready to date. You need to fix yourself. You need to fix yourself. You need to look in the mirror, like one of my friends said. She has her grandson look in the mirror every single day to check himself. You need to look at your mirror. Look in the mirror and check every single day. I remember when I was going through my healing process and I started interviewing people in my family. I went all the way back to childhood. I was like, look, how was I at 5 years old? How was I at 6 years old? Because I needed to work on things starting from that age until up, right? So when I really started to interview my family and get a list of things, I had 26 trauma sources that I had to work on. And I did it step by step by step by step. So stop coming to people broken and unhealed with all these damn issues. Go fix yourself. 211, call 211, press number 8, and they'll connect you with a therapist in your area. But it's not fair you're to put your trauma and your chaos, because that's chaotic. I don't want to deal, like Kyra said, I don't want to deal with somebody who has a nasty house, because I'm a neat freak. So if you come to my house and you move one thing over, I don't know you moved it over, because I'm just a neat freak. Like, I don't want to date somebody who has an unhealthy living lifestyle, no matter how that looks. No matter how that looks. If I open your refrigerator and you got stuff all at the bottom of your refrigerator, the coffee that ain't wasted, you ain't cleaned out your refrigerator, your freezer in 2 years, you got milk like embedded to the shelves of your refrigerator. I don't know. That's nasty. Why would I lay in a bed with you if I opened up your refrigerator and saw that? Stop putting your trauma on other people. Go get help, heal yourself, and come back as a better person. It's not fair to the next person, because then it's gonna create other issues. That person is gonna be unhappy. It's gonna create emotional stress on your partner. It's just a lot of things that's just gonna happen in comparison to you just not wanting to do the work for yourself. So please do the work for yourself and stop putting your triggers on other people. It's not fair. If that makes sense. If you can hear me.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Yes.
I can hear you.
We still
Can
can't hear
unhealthy
you.
habits hinder people? You go. I can hear on this side.
I can't hear. Can you guys hear?
I can't hear.
We can't hear, Joe.
Is she on mute? Check the mute button at the bottom.
Joe said he could hear.
Oh, Joe
When
probably
she-
don't think I can hear her. Oh, okay.
It's her
And she got
connection
bandwidth bad.
is 0.
Oh, man.
Yeah, her
Yeah.
She might have to call 8 service
to
off the
set
bank.
her up with the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 'Cause- So, Kari, oh, you went.
Yeah.
Already went. Um, I'm gonna put it to you like this. This is now. I know people want to know what I'm gonna say. The rest of the question.
Can't hear you, Joe.
Joe, you out? We can't hear you.
Hear 'em on Instagram, but you can't hear them over here. We cannot hear you on Restream. No.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Yay.
Why don't you go while Joe's stuck?
What I would say is we need to stop manipulating people into believing that we're something that we're not. That's about it. The manipulation has to stop somewhere. And it can stop with somebody else. It has to stop with
I think she cut out.
Man, she get us with those fish hooks and then cut out.
Oh.
Phenomenal. You back? Are you back?
We can't hear you. Can you hear us? She can hear, but we can't hear you. No.
Oh, now we hear. Wasn't that her? Say something. Like she's just like she miming. It may be because like what is it? You can hear. Can you hear on Instagram? I can't hear.
Mm-mm.
No, I can't hear on Instagram. Can everybody hear me now? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
See,
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you. We can hear you. We can't hear you over here. I can hear you on Instagram, but we cannot hear you over on Restream.
I got a storm coming because it's messing
Oh,
up
okay.
everything.
okay.
See, everybody's saying they can hear Phenomenal on. They can hear her on Facebook. They can't hear her on YouTube. Can everybody hear me now?
Oh yeah, much.
Okay.
We hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm gonna say this so we can close the thing. Nobody owes you nothing. You stand as you go in the process of healing, you to manage everything, not just eating, but also your emotions, also everything, your full aspect, all of that. Because what you're looking for, you can't yourself being stagnant. Sit back and think that the future self is going to sit there and wait for you to arrive. Because you're sitting around being around this person. We teach this in the class. It's a present. It's a gift to someone. So what are you?
Mm-hmm.
An emotional person to deal with? I was given. I'm using me out. I was giving my ex-wife, a man with PT, an emotional, insecure man. All of this. It's danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, Will Robinson. But dealt with it.
Mm.
She had to deal with her stuff too, but because she dealt with my crap, that gave her the right for me to deal with hers. So there was no healing. There was no healing going on. There was no healing and no love. It was providing ship. It was paying bills. Well, okay, a month. But what about the other 9 damn days?
Mm-hmm.
What about those days? Where was the intimacy, the love? Where was all of that? It was fixing problems. Because there's an higher for you to use with my. When you settle, you are telling the future self to settle. Addiction. I had to deal with that shit. Couldn't nobody. I had to say, and guess what? I had to. It's not right, and it's not my friends, families, and everybody fights their life because I tell in the class, you will pay mistakes. Know what? You will pay for. I pay for them tomorrow. You for the mistakes you do to yourself. Make no mistakes. You will pay for it. No matter what. Why does the other person who did not make any mistakes, did not do anything, who's done the work on themselves, why does that person who you want to be with and want to love you have to prove you by accepting shit? By accepting the fact that you're willing to get your shit together, man. Male or female, do you deserve that? Why does that person must never life? Because guess what? Be real. Let me do my Bobby Brown. Be real with you. Right? They will. On you. On your woe is me. On everything that you can do to even a knows like it ain't working. So I think the therapist, thank you for coming out. That's it. They ain't damn life no more, man. Wasting their time anymore. They better get something to work. And that's what I had to do. Never mind about dating, because a lot of people who's dating as a way to distract them from doing the work. Tell me shit, I prove you wrong. That's what I did. Distract me from that. Why do you think 80% of the stuff out here is about, well, you want a woman to submit, you want a woman to do this, you want what they getting? Oh, don't let me say the word poly. Now you just lose y'all. When somebody looks and say, "Well, what? I want a Dina. I want a Miss D. I want a Megan. I want a Megan. I have a car. Why? Because we know what it takes to get to here. We make the goddamn and the fear and the post-traumatic stress disorder of the levels that we just scares the shit out of us. Say I'm cruel because I can't date a woman who's not on her stuff. Because I dated a woman that people all the messengers, and I love y'all for giving those questions. But I've been with somebody that did that to me. Someone wasn't on their purpose. I've been with somebody and the level of complaining they did, and the level of frustration they telling you right now drove me crazy. And the point, the focus, I was scared to eat to the gym. This is why, instead of dating, trick question, you need to be focusing on yourself. You need to take 2 years away from no social thing, no dating sites. And you need to be working on yourself. And when you work on yourself, you know what you're going to come with. Man, I'm full of shit. That's exactly what it. Dina done had it. Kari done had it. Phenomenal had it. Megan. The first thing you going to realize, the moment you start taking, you work on yourself, you full of shit. The very thing you do, because there's no blame, there's no social media. You can't jump on the TikTok, Instagram, and get your dopamine feel, and somebody telling you wasn't wrong. When you do yourself, the first you get to, I ain't shitville. The first place, ding, 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 all aboard the train. Where are we going? Next stop, full of shitville. That's where you go. God damn, man, where you going? Then the next stop, you ain't shitville. God dang, man. I mean, this shit feels crazy. That's why people do not want to date that. Because they understand. SD. I know what it feels like in McDonald's 4 times a day. I know what it feels like to jump on the scale and be frustrated and looking for some woman to argue with. Hits my ex-wife. I know what it feels like as a man. I know what it feels like feeling the same way that who put in the work. And I'm looking at my telling her that you make me feel this way. How? How can she? I feel like crap. She got her own shit. And believe me, she had her demons. She wasn't the easiest woman to deal with, but goddamn, but where was the leadership? Where was it at? Nowhere. Nowhere.
Yep.
Because you know why? Because I was in Riderville. Because I was paying all, I pay all the bills, so make me feel good as a man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man. Make me feel good. Man, I wasn't no leader. Some dude could have knocked me out, man. I was out of breath and I was away from a heart attack. And you know what would have been walking through my door? My replacement.
Real
Let me
talk.
go get another one. Let me go get another one.
Real.
Let me go get another one. So how can I help her through her problem? How can I help my wife when I was married? How can I help her through her problems when all I could see is me? How can I help her through her food addiction when all I seen was me? A lot of you, goddamn right, your wife should, damn right, your woman should have said, goddamn, and tell my brother, I love you. Questions, I love you for put that. I'll talk to you after this thing, but she should have left you. Stay in a miserable state. No man should stay in a miserable. What a dude have, and I need you men to hear this, mess you up. From birth, a woman know what a man is supposed from birth. And if she got a right man in her life, and at least she has a definition to say, yo, you supposed to have your shit. What's the first thing that you supposed to provide? You supposed to check. They ain't ready to buy in their damn life, but they know that you supposed to provide and you supposed to protect. You're supposed to be doing this. Hey, where's that? Where is it? You know, you supposed to provide, you supposed to protect. What you got? So I say this to everybody here. An explanation. You owe yourself why. Nobody else. Nobody. Get your shit together, man. Because you owe to yourself. You should see it. Go clean out your house. Throw everything out. I own 3 shirts. I had to buy this shirt for here. Because I refuse to buy any shirts. And this is big. I refuse to buy any clothes until I'm under 200 pounds. I got 1 pair of pants. I ain't buying it, none of it, until I'm under 200 pounds. Goals. Intent.
Yeah.
But I cannot expect somebody to make me feel better than what I thought they supposed to know. So in closing, next week we're going to talk about emotions and how you can wait, how it's not somebody say I didn't get a chance. I closed out my messenger. But being emotionally unhealthy, you love, my brother asked me, Joe, talk about this. An emotional unhealthy man. No woman should deal with a man who doesn't know how to master his emotions. No woman. And I told my brother that. That's something Dina, because that you've been wanting to ask her for the longest. Next, I'm gonna shut all the way up and let these women tell you. A man who you are not an effective leader. And nobody will tell you. It's my first podcast, but I can make all the mistakes I want. There's no expectation. So I'll tell you this. No should never mess man who does not know how to master his emotions. Most dangerous. That is the problem that we have in society today. A man who does not know how to master his emotions will cheat on you, because he will rationalize his reasonings to do so. Do I need to say that again? An emotion who does not know how to master his emotions will lie to you, cheat on you, steal from you, and take you out of here because he knows how to rationalize him doing so. That's a dangerous man. Next week, we're going to top it. You're not going to like what Dina got to say. I know, but you're not going to like it, so I wouldn't show up. And this is my first podcast, so I can say what I want to say. See, you tried to block me. I got it back. We can't do it again. So I'm the master of getting it done. So that's closing. I'm gonna give it to the panel. Let them say their things, and we can say goodnight. Coming in to the first one. I know we had some tech only go up from here. We know what we got to do. We're gonna work through and we get it done. That's the thing about self-improvement. You don't quit. I hate quitting. You know what I'm saying? Say last words. I'm trying to catch you while you be quiet. Let me push my M.
Mute and unmute your mic. Like, turn your mute and unmute your mic. See if it pops back in or something. Well, we can't hear phenomenal. I could say it for
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we can't hear her. We can't hear her purpose, but it probably sounds something like this. I'm going to tell you, you ladies, do better. Not one, not two, but 3 times better than you do before. Much love. Megan, you want to go? Your last words. Bring your camera down, Meg, so we can see your pretty face.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to say that you can't be good to anybody unless you're good to yourself first, right? So just always remember to put yourself first. And I'm speaking from experience because I had to learn that recently, right? You know, if you're battling with any type of like addiction, there's help out there for you, right? Like I said, I mentioned before, there's 211 you can call, and then they can help you find a therapist, someone to talk to, a counselor, whatever the case may be, a coach. And just, I mean, you got this. I always say self-care is the best care, right? So just make sure that if you're struggling with any type of emotion or and you don't want to call a therapist, call somebody that you can talk to. I mean, you can call Pink Kyrie on TikTok, ping me, ping Phenomenal, ping Dina, somebody that you can talk to if you're not comfortable with seeking out a counselor or whatever. And there's also other resources. There are free resources on YouTube if you're struggling with finances, you're not able to join a gym. You can go on YouTube and there's free exercise channels. I mean, go to the store. Walmart has $4 jump ropes. If you just jump ropes, like 200 jump ropes a day, start small and then work your way up. So there's always free resources to help you. Google is free, YouTube is free. So I mean, you got this. So just be kind to yourself in the process. Be kind to yourself. That's all I have to say.
Good job. Phenomenal. Can we hear you now? We're gonna get Phenomenal right.
We're trying.
I think I know what it is. But we work the next time we work on. I think I know what it is. It's a setting. I think I know what it is. I'll work with her on there. My buddy's saying he knows the reason why. Maybe it's a setting on her
but
phone.
She needs to choose the right mic.
It'll be fixed by
or something. I wonder if she has Bluetooth headphones on
because it could come through the phone.
Bluetooth. Right.
And it's probably that's all. It is just connection issues. We're gonna be Al said we still gonna go to the after show on TikTok. So then if you got time after this, everybody, we will jump on TikTok and talk a little. TikTok family some to talk about a little something. I'm gonna throw her out again. I'm also out on the TikTok world. I know I told I wasn't, but Al said he wanted to talk to everybody on.
Me in.
So we're going to
You
TikTok
can hear
and
me
you'll
now?
see us here. We're
Please
only going to
tell
stay
me
there
you can hear me.
a couple of minutes.
Can you hear me?
Dina, if you
You hear me?
want
You hear
give people the TikTok world, my great friend there, and get to see us, we could, because
me?
I'm
You can hear me.
reading the DMs and all that. There you go. You right there.
Can I get one? Can I get 1 minute of fame?
You
Yes.
get
Yes.
2 and
Hurry
3. You get 3.
We've been waiting on you.
Talk fast so it won't go out.
All I can say is stop trying what society thinks of you and start following your own trend and start on some of the rubbish that you have learned from your past. And
Oh man, no. Damn, she was good.
Go, we
Going
got
there.
it. Go.
Okay.
Well, we talk just for you. We're going to TikTok for
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
We
Already
covered
had a
TikTok.
room.
So everybody,
Yeah, jump
so
on
everybody
Cowie's Corner
here,
on TikTok.
so everybody close up. Oh yeah, we cover the
Yeah,
TikTok. Make
still
sure you
got it
follow.
open.
If you hear, thank y'all so much for joining us. This is our first one. We can make the mistakes, so we can make these mistakes next time. Make sure you follow Kari's Corner. Wonderful things from him. Look for wonderful things from Megan. I can't tell you the name of this podcast, but it's beautiful. And Dina, we're going to introduce Dina to TikTok for the after party.
Yay.
Dina's not gonna make TikTok.
The show, the after party.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
and we're
TikTok
talking
tonight.
about this to give people some time. I did. My buddy promised me. He said, "You said you were going to go to TikTok and want to, but I like to keep my promises before 12 o'clock. Staying that long. So thank y'all so much for my guests. Everybody amazing. I can't. I'll see you guys on TikTok in 2 minutes. All right.
Okay. All right, bye.
See you on TikTok.
Bye.